Buddha nature, that is what we're practicing. That is the way we're trying to glorify and revealing forth. Because the Bodhichitta is the key tool to reveal this basic, our goodness. And that is all. And for example, this ritual ceremony, all the Vajrayana practices, all the teaching of the Buddha, reciting the mantra, all the Suttara teaching, mantra teaching, all the Tantra teaching, whatever we named, all is designed to bring the goodness of ourself, this Buddha nature, and help to the other beings to reveal that nature. That is all about. So therefore, this beautiful motivation is always important to strengthen. That is where we're standing. That is our platform. That is our soil ground where we're standing, and we ourselves that. So therefore, this motivation of the Bodhichitta and thinking of what we're going to do today, all the practice, may that benefit all living beings, bring them joy, peace, happiness. That means bring forth the life of their nature, from deep of their hiding places of the many different defilement or the habit patterns. Bring forth that. When that each and everyone really bring forth that beautiful nature, then these troubles, difficulties, all are dissipated, all dissolved, dissipated. Therefore, this is what is necessary and important. And that is what the essence of the Buddha teaching. And then together with that, in the Vajrayana teaching, always in the said, bring the purity, understanding of the nature. Purity. Again, it's not just Vajrayana's dogma or Vajrayana like trying to do something here extra. But this purity is natural of ours. Again, Buddha teaching all connected. There's nothing really contradicting. All lead to the same direction. Is Buddha nature, to reveal that nature. So purity, understanding of the nature, means to bring forth that quality vividly into the state of our body, speech, mind, action. The purity. And that is the purity understanding. And that means purity realization. Purity is already here. Is what we didn't see because of our habit patterns, or our duality, or our ego clinging. We didn't find out that. And therefore, again, Vajrayana teaching is known as the powerful teaching. Skillful means teaching, not kind of like waiting to get a result. Instantly, you are in the original result, the fruition status. And that is known as the Vajrayana teaching. So instantly, you are in the state of the purity, which means then in the three Vajra states, on Sambhu or that terminology, many of it we all know, used to know, three Vajra states. Immediately, in the Suttara teaching, it needs to be waited for a long time, gradually developing that or discovering that realization. But Vajrayana, powerfully, skillfully, and instantly be in that status. And to be in that status, then always in Vajrayana teaching, said courageous, confidence, fearlessness, embracing all the mysteries and the secrets of the Vajrayana that you can embrace easily. And that is the capability of the Vajrayana practitioners. For that reason, sometimes many people may be not exactly ready to all this kind of secret, not immediately like to jump that state and be that state, because the habit pattern, because the ego clinging. Ego is very skeptical, as we all know, like to be hiding on the ego places all the time, and standing on the ego place all the time, and then trying to make all many judgmental, suspicious, this and that, and trying to suit with the ego itself. That is what we do. But Vajrayana teaching is very powerful, forcefully, immediately be in that, the purity status, in order to embracing that, then be courageous, be strong, fearlessness, and ready to embracing this. And if we don't have that, and for that reason, many times Vajrayana teaching named as mantrayanas. Mantrayana in Tibet, what is? It's called Sangha. Secret mantrayana. Why is it secret? It's not something that it has mistakes and it has errors to hide, like to hide. But because it's not really ready for who can embrace that, because each and everyone's package of the ego clingings, and as well as habit pattern. And this habit pattern, ego clinging, being not just these lives, but this being come so many lifetimes, we carried on that. And this time, then also we added many habit pattern within these lives. Born with habit pattern, and then we added many with the different tradition, different dogmas, different theoretically, and we added many habit pattern. Is that already we have, and then we added it. And therefore, this many times, Vajrayana secret teaching being known as secret. Secret, and the Buddha did not give, for example, in 2560 years ago, he didn't give openly this Vajrayana teaching. And because at that time, they're not ready with the many traditional dogmas and systems. So Buddha turned the Vajrayana teaching in the higher realm, in the celestial. That's what we heard so many times. You heard that. When you read the history of the Buddhism or the Vajrayana Buddhism, it's not that Buddha immediately exposed. What Buddha gave the first teaching, I think basically you know, Four Noble Truth teaching. Four Noble Truth teaching. That is very basic teaching. It's also very general teaching. It suits with the ego. It suits with the way we behave, where we are immediately. It tells us suffering and cause of suffering and how to remove the suffering and go beyond, and how to prepare, then go beyond the suffering. Those are the Four Noble Truths. Suffering truth, cause of suffering truth, and then cessation truth, and path truth. That is Buddha's first his teachings. Teaching open the door of the truth, the mystery, the secret, true nature. That's what Buddha gave. Buddha didn't give immediately the inner tantra, nor outer tantra. Buddha didn't give all the Salon teachings, or channel teachings, long wind teachings, and those essence fluid teachings immediately. Even though the intention of the Buddha to lead to that direction, to that status, but Buddha immediately did not give. It's not that Buddha don't know, Buddha not ready to give. It's not the Buddha not ready, but the individuals, they're not ready to receive such those great and mystery secret teachings. Therefore, then, to embracing the Vajrayana teaching, again, we immediately, with fearlessness, then bring the purity state. Often in the teaching said, bring to motivation. Motivation, the vastness motivation of the Bodhichitta. And again, what means vastness? Vastness means Bodhichitta is not restricted to the limited beings in the areas, locations, places. Beings, the sentient beings, as many as space goes. There is no boundary limitation of the space. Similarly, the sentient beings are that many, or that much, or that extent. For that reason, our Bodhichitta goes to all living beings. Therefore, it's called unconditional love, unconditional compassion. Again, to be in that Bodhichitta, have to be courageous. And for that reason, as you read text, again, whether it's sing in our heart or not, but Bodhichitta practitioner known as Bodhisattvas. Bodhisattvas, courageous for the enlightenment.